We've got a good one on Sunday Night Football, and the Green Bay Packers head to New Orleans to face the Saints. New Orleans, a 2.5-point favorite on BETDAQ. 56 is the total in this game. Big total. This should be a fun game to watch. Lots of offense. Two of the NFL's best quarterbacks in Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees going at it. Now, Rodgers and the Packers have been rolling lately. They've won 4 straight games. 3 of those wins have come by 21 points or more. And they're facing a Saints defense here that ranks 28th in both points allowed and passing defense. So there won't be much stopping Rodgers in this game. I do expect the Green Bay offense to have plenty of success here. Of course, the Saints should have plenty of success as well. Saints, second in the league in total offense, second in the league in passing offense. They've also been running the ball well, averaging over 120 yards per game on the ground. That could be especially important here because Green Bay, 31st in run defense. They cannot stop the run. Now, New Orleans will be without running backs Kyrie Robinson and Pierre Thomas, but Mark Ingram is active, and we expect him to get plenty of work here. Now, considering the Saints are 2-4 and the Packers have only lost twice and have won 4 straight, a lot of people surprised that the Saints are actually a favorite here, but we're talking about the Saints in the Superdome after all. The Saints 16-5 against the spread in their last 21 home games against teams with winning records. That's not even talking about the bad teams, just against the good teams, the winning teams the Saints have faced. 16-5 against the number in their last 21 home games. They're in a must-win spot here. Had a bye 2 weeks ago and played very well on the road in Detroit last week for 3.5 quarters before blowing a 13-point lead in the last 7 minutes of the game. But listen, even though the Saints have been off to a terrible start this season, they are right in the thick of it in the NFL's worst division, the NFC South. Carolina Panthers lead the South at 3-1, and they are home underdogs against Seattle today. So it's very possible that after today, not a single team in the NFC South will have a winning record. That means, like I said, the Saints still right in the middle of it, right in the thick of it. Big game for them. And listen, I lean towards the Saints here. It's tough for me to get away from the Saints in the Superdome. I know Green Bay has been better than New Orleans this year. As a matter of fact, Green Bay, you watch them play, the Saints almost seem like a poor man's version of the Packers at this point. And the Saints might be without tight end Jimmy Graham, Drew Brees' favorite target. He is officially listed as questionable with a shoulder injury. Still, they were able to move the defense all right. They were able to move the ball all right, against the NFL's #1 ranked defense last week when they went up to Detroit. Don't think they'll have issues against the Packers defense that has been generous this season. I know the Packers statistically have been better on defense this season than last year, but if you've seen them play, definitely some vulnerabilities on this Green Bay defense, and they might be without starting cornerback Sam Shields for this game. He's officially listed as doubtful with a knee injury. Goes without saying, you want all your starting cornerbacks, all your starters in the secondary active when you're going to the Superdome to face New Orleans and to face Drew Brees and this New Orleans Saints offense. Anyway, like I said, I lean towards the Saints minus 2.5. Didn't go through with it, didn't include them among my best bets. After all, I have been burned by the Saints a couple of times this season, and I do expect Aaron Rodgers and that Green Bay offense to have a lot of success in this game. Still, lean towards New Orleans minus 2.5. I'd also look at over 56. I know this is a really high total, but nothing about this game says under. If it was 61, I'd probably say I like the over better than the under. And if you're going to bet the under, don't watch the game. Leave, go eat dinner, go have a movie or whatever. You do not want to be watching this game rooting for the under. I promise you that. Should be a fun one. Green Bay, New Orleans in the Superdome. Enjoy it, folks.